call this meeting of the Common Council to order. Roll call, please.
Alderwoman Niles.
Here.
Schrader.
Here.
Teeter.
Here.
Tully.
Here.
Fire. Here. Brandel.
Here.
Lars.
Here.
Mackey.
Here. Thank you. First, we'll have an update on Riverside Alley and the downtown streetscape project.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Bill.
Just want to give everybody an update on Riverside Alley. That paving was completed today by the contractor Wolf Paving. The alley was completed along with the remainder of the private lots. There is still some remaining work left, which includes the striping of the parking lot to the west of Felton's. Pedestrian bike lane or pedestrian walking lane still needs to be painted. And then public works crews with coordination with PD will be placing the signage for the one-way alley. Once that is placed, the posting will be placed on Facebook as well as a notice sent to the Daily Union notifying everyone of that change. So I expect that'll be done probably within a few days after the striping is completed, which I'm still waiting for a schedule from the contractor. In regarding to the streetscape, within the last 2 weeks, we've shifted to the east side of Main Street as well as Racine Street. I've talked to several residents as well as had several conversations with alderpersons, the mayor and administrator regarding an obvious issue that arose as soon as we opened up traffic. Once traffic was switched over, the crosswalks along South Main Street at Dodge and Milwaukee Street, we immediately showed some settlement in there. Contractor was notified immediately, and we've had multiple meetings on site to discuss the issue, a remedy, modified spec, and plan for updated schedule. So I just want to share that with you tonight. At this time, what we are expecting is that the east side of the street, the spec will be modified. Instead of going with a 12-inch base and 3/8-inch settling bed, that we will be putting down a 6-inch layer of concrete slab that will be doubled to the existing concrete. Those will have weep holes to be able to drain the water, and then we'll also have a layer of filter fabric over that, along with a 1/2-inch layer of sand beneath the paver bricks to prevent any future settling at that point. So by doing that, we feel that that will address the issue on the east side. Obviously, once we do that, we will then open up the west side and address the issue at that point. Now, because of the fact that we're going to have some concrete curing in there, it has affected the schedule slightly, but we do anticipate having everything along Main Street completed before the parade on the 18th. So what we expect is prior to the 18th, all that work will be completed. And then after the parade, even though we haven't seen any settlement on the cross streets of Dodge and Milwaukee Street, we'll still close those, lift up the bricks and put the same fix in those areas. So I'm sure that you've gotten many calls on that, as have I, and I just wanted to update you and obviously assure everyone that the work will be completed prior to being open. I treat this as a issue that arose during an active construction site, which obviously the city is not going to accept the way that it currently is. So we'll modify it, and prior to being open to traffic, at the completion of the project, the work will be repaired.
Thank you. Any council members have any questions? Okay. Next, we'll entertain public participation. Anyone wishing to address the council may do so. We ask that you please come to the podium, state your name and address and reason for appearing. Seeing no one, move on to the...
No, I will.
Oh, okay. Yes, sir.
So, is there going to be an additional charge to fix the sidewalks, crosswalks? Or are the contractors
Could you
fixing
please
it?
state your name and address for the record?
Michael Stone, 115 South Main Street.
Okay. This isn't a discussion portion, Michael, and the financial ramifications will be explained at some point in the future.
Okay. Did other contractors recommend 6 inches of concrete? I'm just concerned the same problem's gonna happen again. You know, you took out 18 inches of concrete and you could put 6 inches back. So I would suspect that it'll probably happen again.
Okay, well, again, this is not a
It's not
discussion.
participation.
You're welcome to offer your comments. And I think the city attorney will back me up on this. This hasn't been noticed for a discussion or a question and answer period.
So it's just, I just leave a comment, or how do I participate?
Sure.
My comment would be that the resolution is not gonna hold up.
Okay,
Thanks.
thank you. Anyone else? Seeing no one. Next, we'll move on to a discussion about ATV and UTV routes in the city. As many of you know, and the council knows, we have approved the use of ATVs and UTVs in the north side of the city for 1 year. And just kind of want to get an update based on, we're about 8 months into that now. So I'm going to ask Chief Richter to give us kind of a perspective from the departments.
Honorable Mayor, members of the council, the latest perspective from a law enforcement standpoint on it is that we have seen minimal impact on enforcement thus far, to be honest. I had conversations with John Drake before the county fair started, and decided to leave the route open, you know, as the Half Milers Club and John assured me that they wanted to follow the rules and comply with the ordinance. I did do that, left the route open. I'm happy that I did that because there was no issues during that week. Lieutenant Schmidt reported to me as the evening supervisor on duty that weekend outside the fairgrounds that, he saw, I believe, 2 ATVs on the route, and they were in the process of leaving by 9:30 in compliance with the hours of 10, no operation from 10 p.m. to 8 a.m. So that's kind of my viewpoint on it right now. We had one incident earlier on in the year when the ordinance was first enacted, but nothing to that level since. Moving forward, I guess I would just ask that if, whatever decision is made, that if it would impact the police department, something that we could maybe just have open minds to provide us the additional resources that we need to have to ensure public safety.
Okay, thank you, Chief. Does anyone have any questions of Chief Richter?
Do you guys get any phone calls or complaints or?
Honestly, I didn't pull the numbers, but I have not heard from my supervisors that we've had many complaints at all.
Nothing sticks out?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. We also have John Drake. Some of you will remember John from the local ATV, UTV club. And John, I just wanted to give you the opportunity to provide your perspective from the club. Sure, if you wouldn't mind.
First of all, I'd like to thank everybody for the opportunity to speak, and thank you, Chief, for the kind words. We had a nice conversation. So one thing that we see is our Jefferson Half Mile ATV Club, we take the routes that are open very seriously. We police them. We police other clubs that say they're going to have a ride through Jefferson. And ultimately, what we would like to see is all streets open in Jefferson. We can get all streets open, and we can post certain roads to be closed, which would be the most efficient way to do it. So we're not, marking everywhere in the city and sign pollution, I guess it was called. But most ATVers that ride the road routes are very responsible. They respect the hours of service, respect the ordinances. Everything is posted on our website. We have every ordinance posted for whatever township, whatever city, whatever village. And there is a financial impact to the villages and townships and cities that are open. It's a positive financial impact. If I wanted to get on a machine and ride the Piggly Wiggly, I could do that, or Walmart, or wherever. A lot of people think that people riding machines are just bar to bar, that's very far from the case. It's, right now, with the price of gas, I know it's coming down, but people make a large investment in these machines, you know, most of them are $20,000 to $30,000. They want to get out and ride it, they want, 50 to 60 miles to the gallon, and they do obey the laws. And like I said, we as a club police it. If I hear that another club is organizing a ride coming through Jefferson, and I see it on Facebook, I'm right on their page. Remember, there's a 25-mile-an-hour speed limit, you gotta be done by 10 o'clock. We're very good at doing that. I'm on the town board for town of Aston, and I won't even ride my machine to a town board meeting because I don't know if we're done by 10 o'clock. I don't want to take that chance, so. I would highly suggest that we look at it close and, move to open all roads in the city of Jefferson once our term is up after the year, if we don't have any more issues and everything's going the way it's going. So I'd like to thank you all for having me.
I guess I'd like to hear you expand upon your comment that you're policing our ordinance. Besides putting things on web pages, are you doing anything else
No.
on behalf of the city?
No, we're not. We'll comment if someone says, hey, we got a ride going on, we're gonna be going through Jefferson, and all we put out there is obey the speed limit, it's 25, the roads close at 10 o'clock, just like the ordinance states.
So just dispensing information?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Not vigilant.
Okay, so I used the wrong word, I'm sorry, but like I said, our club takes very serious the routes that we have open going through Jefferson, because we know it took 7 years to get that done, so.
John, I got a question.
Yes, sir.
Would you be open to a sunset if they opened it up citywide, like give it a year trial?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Any other
Any
questions?
council members have any questions?
No, I just reiterated, if there's going to expand it beyond what it is, the police chief should be totally involved in that discussion.
Absolutely. We do agree with that. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, John. Thank you, John. Any other questions or comments from the council? Have any thoughts about the possibility of either expanding the access or denying it altogether?
I would not be opposed to expanding it. I'm glad to hear it's going well. Sounds like you might entertain the idea. I like that I know, be careful with Chris, police your own, but I get what you're saying. Encourage them, hey, you guys, come on, we waited a long time to get this. Let's make sure everything stays good. I think it's a bad idea. I agree.
Is this going to include like golf carts? I know that.
This is ATVs and UTVs, that's a separate discussion.
Okay.
I would just comment that now, former police chief Pledge and I had worked on some of this, and my only comment is I would be more in favor of opening everything up than trying to go piece by piece and road by road, because the amount of signage that and the amount of time that Public Works and PD spent to try to get signs up, trying to go piece by piece, it's confusing the traffic. It is that sign pollution, and it's probably more confusing than anything if there's only certain routes that are open. So I'd be more in favor of, if a change is made, to not limit the roads at that point.
One of the benefits of opening up all the streets would be that people who live in the city that own one could actually park it at their home and go to and from there. The other maybe thing we want to take into consideration, I know we did it originally, but they say all roads lead to Jefferson. Well, there's a lot of county highways that lead to Jefferson, and right now you can legally ride one of those on a county highway, whether it's Highway N or Highway J, Highway K, Highway W. You can ride it till you get to the city limits of Jefferson, and then it says we're not open for business. That being just the ability to go through the city of Jefferson would be what some people might be looking for, and they may stop maybe also make Jefferson as a destination for people who would like to go to the Piggly Wiggly or, someplace that live in the immediate vicinity. So I guess I just wanted to throw this out there as a preliminary discussion and then bring it back up for a more formal discussion at some point to see if we wish to take action on this, so that not only can we plan from a budgetary standpoint and an operational standpoint, but so that everybody, we can get Chief Richter and John and everybody at the table, and certainly Bill with Director of Public Works, so that we can provide a safe and functional and recreational environment. Anyone else have any other questions, comments? Okay, thank you. Thank you, John. Thank you, Chief, for your comments. Next, we'll move on to an appointment by the mayor and ask for the city's council's confirmation to the Joint Review Board. And I would like to appoint Council President Toby Tully Jr. Could I get a motion in a second, please?
Second.
Mr. Brandel, second by Mr. Lars. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of approval of the appointment of Toby Tully Jr. to the Joint Review Board, please signify by saying aye as your name is called.
Alderman Schrader.
Aye.
Teeter. Aye. Tully.
Abstain.
Fire. Fire.
Aye.
Brandel.
Aye.
Lars.
Aye.
Mackey.
Aye.
Niles.
Aye.
7-4 with an abstention. Thank you. Resolution number 31, tonight's consent agenda. Alderman Schrader, please.
Mr. Mayor, we have the consent agenda, resolution number 31. Be it resolved by the Common Council of the City of Jefferson, Wisconsin, that the consent agenda for August 2nd, 2022 is hereby adopted. A, vouchers payable for August 2022 in the amount of $176,858.38. Payroll summary for July 29, 2022 in the amount of $196,702.81. B, council minutes from the July 19, 2022 meeting of the Common Council. And C, licenses as approved by the Regulatory Committee. Operators licenses, there were 2, and temporary closure of the city right-of-way for Trident food donations. Mr. Mayor, I move approval.
It's been moved. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Mackey. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor of approval of the consent agenda, please signify by saying aye as your name is called. No, if you're opposed.
Alderman Teeter.
Aye.
Tully.
Aye.
Fire.
Aye.
Brandel.
Aye.
Lars.
Aye.
Mackey.
Aye.
Niles.
Aye.
Schrader.
Aye.
It's unanimous. Thank you. Resolution number 32, a resolution authorizing the execution of the Department of Natural Resources Principal Forgiven Financial Assistance Agreement. Alderwoman Niles, please.
Honorable Mayor, citizens of Jefferson, fellow council members. City of Jefferson Resolution Number 32. Resolution authorizing execution of the Department of Natural Resources Principal Forgiven Financial Assistance Agreement. Whereas the City of Jefferson, the municipality, wishes to undertake a project to replace private lead service lines at residences, pre-K-12 schools, and licensed and/or certified daycare centers, identified as DNR number 5463-05, the project. And whereas the municipality has applied to the Safe Drinking Water Loan Program, the SDWLP, for financial assistance in the form of a loan made by the SDWLP to the municipality, of which all the principal will be forgiven at the time that loan disbursements are made to the municipality pursuant to the DNR Financial Assistance Agreement. And whereas the municipality has applied to the Safe Drinking Water Loan Program for financial assistance in the form of a loan made by the SDWLP to the municipality, of which all the principal will be forgiven at the time that loan disbursements are made to the municipality pursuant to the DNR Financial Assistance Agreement. And whereas the SDWLP has determined that it can provide a loan with principal forgiveness in an amount up to $285,000 that it has identified as being eligible for SDWLP funding. Now, therefore, the city mayor and city clerk are authorized by and on behalf of the municipality to execute the principal forgiven assistance, financial assistance agreement that contains the terms and conditions of the SDWLP award for the project. The principal for given financial assistance agreement is incorporated herein by the reference. I so move.
It's been moved, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Tully. And discussion? Who'd
Is
like
this,
to-
I'm sorry, Mr. Mayor, this is a continuation of what we've done before? And we've done this before?
Yes, we have.
Okay.
And this is a grant program provided through Jefferson Water. Ted, would you have anything you want to add to it?
You know, no, I don't. It's part of the process. I think if Todd were speaking, he'd say we have the proceeds. They've been dispersed by the state, and this allows us to write off the collection of money from residents who participate in the program. It's a really good deal for citizens to get their lead mains replaced.
Sorry I didn't ask
No,
Todd
that's
first, but do you have anything you'd like to add?
Well, it's just, that's it, this is the last step in the disbursement of the money, and basically when we pay the residents invoices for lead service on their side of their service, we don't have, this is the principal forgiveness, so we don't have to pay it back to the DNR or the safe water program, so.
Okay, thank you. Does anyone have any questions of Todd? Hearing none. All in favor of resolution number 32, please signify by saying aye as your name is called. All of you opposed.
Alderman Tully.
Aye.
Byer. Aye. Randall.
Aye.
Lars.
Aye.
Mackey.
Aye.
Niles.
Aye.
Schrader.
Aye.
Teeter.
Aye.
Thank you. Resolution number 33, a resolution rejecting the sanitary sewer bids. Alderman Lars, please.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor, fellow council members, citizens of Jefferson, City of Jefferson, Resolution Number 33. Whereas the Jefferson Water and Wastewater Utility obtained 2 bids from contractors extending the sanitary sewer system on South Jackson Avenue, with R&R Walton being the low bidder, whereas the sewer extension was to serve new lot development along First Street, and whereas the developer has determined the cost of the project not to be financially practical at this time, now therefore be resolved by the Common Council of the City of Jefferson, Wisconsin, that it herein rejects the South Jackson Avenue sewer extension from R&R Walton. I so move.
It's been moved, is there a second?
Second.
Second by Alderman Byer. And Bill, you want to just give a shot with Todd?
This is just a developer looking to develop some lots, been looking for a few years, got finally to the bidding point, and just with the cost of materials, cost of inflation with everything in the world right now, it ended up coming back a bit, being quite a bit more than what estimates were even just a couple years ago. So right now it just isn't financially practical to me. The engineering is done, DNR approval is done for the next 4 years, so if the financial environment would change, where it would come down in cost, we can always revisit this and move forward with that.
Okay. Thank you. There are no other questions or comments. All in favor of resolution number 33, signify by saying aye as your name is called. All of you opposed.
Alderman Byer. Aye. Randall.
Aye.
Lars.
Aye.
Mackey.
Aye.
Niles.
Aye.
Schrader.
Aye.
Teeter. Tully.
Aye.
Thank you. Now I'd entertain a motion to adjourn to closed session pursuant to section 19.85, parent 1C of the Wisconsin State Statutes to consider employment, promotion, compensation, performance, evaluation data of any public employee over that the government body has jurisdiction or exercises responsibility, to consider the promotion of a police captain and to the hire of 2 full-time patrol officers. Have a motion?
So move.
Second. It's been moved by Alderman Lars, second by Alderman Mackey. All in favor of adjourning to closed session, signify by saying aye as your name is called, please.
Alderman Randall.
Aye.
Lars.
Aye.
Mackey.
Aye.
Niles.
Aye.
Schrader.
Aye.
Teeter.
Aye.
Tully.
Aye.
Byer. Aye.
Okay, thank you. We would ask that folks just step out in the hall for a few minutes. This would be a fairly brief closed session.
Fellow alderpersons of the City of Jefferson, for the City of Jefferson Resolution Number 34, whereas by the Common Council of the City of Jefferson, Wisconsin, that the Chief of Police is herein authorized to promote Joe Schweck from the rank of lieutenant to the rank of captain. The rate of pay shall be consistent with the pay practices currently employed by the City of Jefferson Wage Compensation and Promotion Plan. The captain's initial rate of pay is $84,469.80 annually. Whereas by the Common Council of the City of Jefferson, Wisconsin, that the pursuant to the City of Jefferson Fire and Police Commission meeting held on August 1st, 2022, the Chief of Police was herein authorized to promote Joe Schweck from the rank of lieutenant to the rank of captain. Whereas by the Common Council of the City of Jefferson, Wisconsin, that this captain's position is a replacement for the vacancy left by the promotion of Chief Richter, who was appointed Chief of Police on May 24, 2022. And that is the position currently funded in the Position Department 2022 operating budget. Now therefore be it resolved by the Common Council, City of Jefferson, Wisconsin, that the police chief is herein authorized to promote Joe Schweck from his current rank of lieutenant to the rank of captain of police effective August 2nd, 2022. The rate of pay shall be consistent with the pay practices currently employed by the City of Jefferson Wage Compensation Promotion Plan. The captain's initial rate of $84,469.80 annually and is currently funded in the Police Department 2022 operating budget. I would so move.
It's been moved.
Second.
And second by Ms. Brando. And Al, can you, Chief Richter, would you please just give us a brief synopsis on how you came to this recommendation?
Absolutely. The position for police captain was opened internally in our agency. We had 3 applicants go through a promotional process consisting of self-evaluation, personnel evaluation, and oral interview process, which was also via rubric. Just be honest, Joe came out on top, and he's qualified. I think you all know Joe. He has a vast amount of experience working for the City of Jefferson. He's well known in town, and will be a great fit for captain at our agency.
Does anyone have any questions of Chief Richter? Hearing none, all in favor of approval, resolution number 34, please signify by saying aye as your name is called.
Alderman Matkey.
Aye.
Niles.
Aye.
Schrader.
Aye.
Teeter.
Aye.
Tully.
Aye.
Fire.
Aye.
Randall.
Aye.
Lars.
Aye.
It's unanimous. Thank you, and well deserved. Next, resolution number 35, a resolution to authorizing the hire of 2 full-time patrol officers. Council President Tully, please.
Thank you, Honorable Mayor Opperman. City of Jefferson, resolution number 35. Whereas Police Chief Richter has to fill 2 vacant positions in the police department for 2 full-time patrol officer vacancies. And whereas the open full-time patrol officer positions were recently vacated by 2 resignations, the last of which occurred on July 19, 2022. And whereas the open positions were publicly advertised and interviews were conducted with 6 potentially qualified candidates of 12 total applications. And whereas interviews with the City of Jefferson Police and Fire Commission were conducted on June 24th and July 13th, 2022, and both candidates were approved for hire as full-time patrol officers by the Jefferson Police and Fire Commission. Whereas Police Chief Richter is recommending that Aaron Herring-Spurl and Matthew Kowalski be hired by the City of Jefferson to fill the vacant patrol officer positions. And whereas the Personnel Committee, having reviewed the qualifications of Aaron Herring-Spurl and Matthew Kowalski, and pursuant to Chief Richter recommending and the Jefferson Police and Fire Commission approving the hire of Aaron Herring-Spurl and Matthew Kowalski as full-time patrol officers for the City of Jefferson Police Department to the Common Council, conditional upon their successful completion of basic law enforcement training. And whereas the Chief of Police has full-time funds allocated in his 2021 approved operating budget, and that these full-time patrol officers are to replace current vacancies in the full-time patrol officer staff. Now therefore be it resolved by the Common Council of the City of Jefferson, Wisconsin, that the Chief of Police is authorized to hire Aaron Herring-Spurl and Matthew Kowalski as full-time patrol officers with an effective start date of no later than Monday, August 8th, 2022 as full-time patrol officers for the City of Jefferson Police Department. The initial rate of pay shall be pursuant to the entry-level pay as identified in the current 2021-22 City of Jefferson Collective Bargaining Agreement with the Jefferson Professional Police Association. I would so move.
It's been moved. Is there a second? Second by Mr. Schrader. And Chief, please.
As we were working through the captain's process, Joe spearheaded our hiring process for the patrol officer vacancies. With kind of my guidance here and there, Joe kind of learned by trial by fire and scrambling and getting these applicants interviewed. We actually interviewed them, give them the written entry test the same day, and then move on to a physical agility test all in one day. So we worked through all that, and based upon the interviews and the process, we came to the choices of Aaron and Matt. I can tell you a little bit about them, that Aaron is he's from originally the Stoughton area, and looking to move a little bit closer to home, started his law enforcement career. He has a bachelor's degree through UW Oshkosh and has done dispatching, and was a community service officer there at UW Oshkosh. Aaron also has a background in leadership as he's a second lieutenant in the Army National Guard, so he has responsibilities there also. And one thing I know from military service, that it teaches you commitment and loyalty and respect. So also very well educated with a bachelor's degree. Matt is a young guy, 23 years old, comes from a law enforcement family. His dad's the chief of police of the Edgerton Police Department, who we're lucky to have here tonight. And Matt reminds me a lot of myself at 23, where he just grew up around law enforcement and just wants to be out in that squad car and get going. So Matt also is currently going to school at UW Stevens Point and has 96 college credits and is working on finishing his bachelor's degree also. So looking forward to having them and training them at Blackhawk Tech this fall.
Thanks, Chief. Any questions?
At personnel, we were pleased by the level of educational attainment of these two candidates. Our friends across the street just went the other way, actually reducing their requirements because of the challenges of finding people who want to get into the field of law enforcement. So we're impressed.
Thank you. Anyone else? And this was,
Unanimous at personnel.
if there are no other questions or comments, all in favor of resolution number 35, authorizing the hire of these two gentlemen for full-time patrol officers, please signify by saying aye as your name is called.
Alderwoman Niles.
Aye.
Schrader.
Aye.
Teeter.
Aye.
Tully.
Aye.
Fire.
Aye.
Randall.
Aye.
Lars.
Aye.
Matt.
Aye. All right. Well, gentlemen, welcome to the city of Jefferson. We look forward to having you serve for us for both the weeks to come. And I'll turn it over to the Honorable City Clerk, Sarah Comsey now, for the administration of oath of office to the new police captain and the full-time patrol officers.
Captain Jones. Captain Clark. All right, we're going to do a cheat sheet with a cheat sheet. I don't know how to stand. Is your family want to see you? Please raise your right hand. I, please state your name,
I, Joseph Swett,
have been hired to the office of
have been hired to the office of police captain
the city of Jefferson, Wisconsin.
in the city of Jefferson, Wisconsin.
Swear that I will support the Constitution
Swear that I will support the Constitution
of the United States,
of the United States,
the Constitution of the state of Wisconsin,
the Constitution of the state of Wisconsin,
and the municipal code of the city of Jefferson.
and the municipal code of the city of Jefferson,
And I will faithfully and impartially
and will faithfully and impartially
discharge the duties of said office to the best of my ability.
discharge the duties of said office to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations.
customary in promotions, especially the military service. I had the honor of pinning the captain bars on Joe's collar. And he's often official. Congratulations, Joe.
Thank you. Gentlemen?
Okay, next is Aaron Herring-Spurl. I will need all these signed when we're all done. Please raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Aaron Swirl,
Have been hired to the office
have been hired to the office
of full-time patrol officer
of full-time patrol officer
for the city of Jefferson,
for the city of Jefferson,
Wisconsin.
Wisconsin.
Swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
Swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the state of Wisconsin,
the Constitution of the state of Wisconsin,
and the municipal code of the city of Jefferson.
and the municipal code of the city of Jefferson.
And I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of said office
And I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of said office
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my abilities.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Matthew Kowalski,
Have been hired to the office
having been hired to the office
of a full-time patrol officer
of full-time patrol officer
for the city of Jefferson, Wisconsin.
for the city of Jefferson, Wisconsin,
Swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States,
the Constitution of the state of Wisconsin,
the Constitution of the state of Wisconsin,
and the municipal code of the city of Jefferson.
and the municipal codes of the city of Jefferson,
And I will faithfully
and I will faithfully
and impartially discharge the duties of said office
and impartially discharge the duties of said office
to the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Welcome, gentlemen. And congratulations, Joe. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Mr. Myers, second by Mrs. Byer. Voice vote, all in favor of adjourning, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Thank you, we are adjourned.